It's always like I have to take a step back to get a step forward every time in my life. When, going into management, doing different things, it's always like I'm making less money or I'm having to move there's always a step back before there's a step forward. And I think Jesus wants us to know that even his calling for us or his things for us may require a step back before we take the step forward. I know when I went into ministry, I was a regional manager of a company, right? And God called me into full-time ministry, and we got to that point. Me and him had wrestled to this day, right? And he opens this door up for me to go into full-time ministry. Do you know how much money I made that year? I made more money when I was 15 in my first job than I made my first year of ministry. And that's a big step to go back. But God knew he said, hey, in order to get where you're going in me, it's going to take this step back to get up. It's going to take you to sacrifice this. You may be in a position where you're like, man, God, I feel like I'm taking a step back, that everything you have for me right now is a step back, but I can tell you, you serve a God who only wants good for you. And his example for us was to come and take a step back, as far a step back as possible. The God of the universe laying in a horse trough, right? The mindset of God was to step back and be a servant. The mindset, think like Christ thinks in your relationship with others, what he says in Philippians, right? Think like Christ thinks, right? He stepped back, right, to be a servant to all.